We could come to order, please. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the 3 o'clock session of the City Council for Monday, September 8th. I would like to now call this meeting to order, and I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Mayor Brooks. Councilwoman McKenzie. Here. Councilman Estes.
Here.
Councilman Cassidy.
Here.
Councilman May.
Here.
Councilman Goff.
Here.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Here.
Councilman Moore.
Here.
We'll first have our Pledge of Allegiance and invocation, and we have Pastor Gwen Green with us today, who is a chaplain with the Bradley County Sheriff's Department, for the invocation. But first, we'll stand for the pledge. Salute, pledge, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor.
Let us pray. Our Father, we thank you for our nation. We thank you for all your blessings over the years on this great land. I pray for all of our elected officials, from the White House all the way down through the states, right to the counties and cities, that your blessings would always be upon them, and that each one would be given a measure of wisdom and understanding. Father, I pray for our city council today, our vice mayor. I pray, God, for the business at hand, that your will would be done, that you would give uncanny wisdom and knowledge to be able to carry out the responsibilities. Thank you for the men and women who serve this county and this city, Father, to protect us in all areas. And I pray that you put a hedge of protection around each of them. Give them blessings upon them and their families, and encourage them as they carry out their responsibilities. We'll ever give you the praise and the honor and the glory forever. And it's in Jesus' name we pray, and amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Graham.
Vice Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a motion to excuse Mayor Brooks. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to excuse Mayor Brooks today. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilman Goff.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Aye.
Councilman Moore.
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie. Councilman Estes.
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to waive the reading of the minutes, and that does require a motion.
I move that the City Council of the City of Cleveland waive the reading of the minutes on the council meeting held on August 25th, 2025, and approve them as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? The clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Councilman Cassidy.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Aye.
Councilman Moore.
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Aye.
Councilman Estes.
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council? We have nothing on the schedule, but if you're here and would like to, I need a show of hands, please. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6. Today's meeting is being held to hear public comments concerning a request by Embark Developments for consideration of a plan of service, a resolution to annex, and an ordinance to zone about 22.84 acres, more or less, for property located at Varnell Road from FAR, unincorporated county, zoning district to R2, low-density single and multifamily zoning district that includes tax map 057, parcel 027.00. The Planning Commission approved 9-0. I would now like to declare this public hearing open. Mr. Parnell, would you like to give us an explanation of what this is about, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is a request for R2 zoning on Varnell Road, right at the edge of the city limits. There's R4 zoning across the street, and of course, the further you go down that road, obviously it's agricultural for the most part. This would be right at the edge of the city limits in close proximity to South Lee Highway. The request is for R2 to build 28 single-family homes on that property. So the minimum lot size would be 50 feet wide by 100 feet deep. It's a fairly straightforward request. Both planning commission as well as staff recommended approval, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you've got any specific items to discuss.
Would anyone like to speak in favor of this request? Would anyone like to speak in opposition to this request? Hearing none, I declare this public hearing closed. Next item, today's meeting is being held to hear public comments concerning a request by the City of Cleveland for consideration of ordinance to amend the Cleveland City Municipal Code, Appendix C, Section 2.8.1.b, to remove residential district from uses permitted and amend Section 2.8.1.d, uses permitted on appeal, to include upper story residential. Planning Commission approved 9-0. I now declare this public hearing open. Robert, would you tell us what this is about, please?
Yes, sir. This is just a cleanup item in our ordinance, one of many we've been doing lately. This follows the removal of residential uses from both GC and CH several years ago. This just continued cleaning up some of the stuff that existed before. It removes residential by right, but does allow some options for residential in the neighborhood commercial zoning district. Both staff and the planning commission recommended approval.
Okay. Would anyone like to speak in favor of this request? Hearing none, would anyone like to speak in opposition to this request? Okay, I declare this public hearing closed. Number 7 is the consent agenda. It does require a motion from the council. Do I have a motion concerning the consent agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilman May. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Marcia. Councilwoman McKenzie. Are there any questions or comments from the council concerning the consent agenda? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman May,
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb,
Aye.
Councilman Moore, Councilman Estes, Councilman Cassada,
Aye.
Councilman Goff. Carries 7-0.
Number 8 on today's agenda is unfinished business, and we have none. The next item is reports of the council members. My name is at the top of the list this time. I have no report at this time. Councilman Moore, you're next.
Yeah, I want to recognize Tank Tanksley. He's a fireman at the department. I got a call from a local nursing home where he was kind enough to go and celebrate a woman's 100th birthday. And a few firemen went, but I thought it was a pretty cool thing. Good job.
That all,
That's all.
Councilman?
That's all.
Drop off calendars?
Councilwoman McKenzie?
Yes, Joe, could you give us just a quick update on the Atkinson Road project, when that's going to be done, the sidewalks? I've had some requests and want to know a time of when that's going to be done.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week, Jonathan. I think we're preparing, we have a phase, there's 2 things with that. We have a phase 1, which is extending the sidewalk from Cleveland State going towards Peerless. That's pretty straightforward sidewalk project. We have all the right-of-way, and that should start probably sometime, probably when we get further along on Tinsley, we'll probably have a crew out there and do that. The other piece of that are the intersection at Frontage, Atkinson, and Paul Huff, is that we have some new friends in town from Wisconsin building a Culver's, and we have some work to do as far as putting in storm pipe and starting on that, not completing that, but doing 2 of the intersections we're lucky that we're able to negotiate, and they're doing most of the work, and we have like a stormwater pipe to put in. So you'll see some sidewalk go in down on that side of Atkinson, and you'll see some coming from the other direction. And then the larger phase, I think we still have some right-of-way to go, connecting both of those. But the good thing is, we've talked with Tommy Myers, that we'll probably put, that road is not the best condition.
No.
We'll probably put a thin cover of paving on that road to help with some of the rideability issues out there as well. So 3 different things. Cleveland State Phase 1 should happen. We'll probably also be doing some work along with culverts down at that intersection, and then then we'll put a thin coat of asphalt to give it a better ride, which is not the final coat, because we'll go back after we get the sidewalk in and put all of that in there.
So what would be?
And number 4 is, Robert, I believe that the storage units have sidewalk in front of them. So there's some new development along over there, so you'll have another significant portion done by the private sector.
Okay, so what is the projected finished time for that?
Oh, it'd probably be next summer.
Next summer, but there'll be added sidewalks all during that time.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, you have a pretty good sized piece over there, the 4th piece. There you have some intersection stuff, then you have there, so you're about quarter of the way, and then you come this way a little bit, so you have about a third in the middle that will be finished. We have some, I wouldn't say difficult right away, but it's just a little bit tricky that we need to be able to get.
Okay, and when do we think that this first coating will go on the road? That Tommy would.
When will we put the thin coat on Atkinson?
I hope the same time we do across the street on frontage, when we get that project done, and it has to be done by November, so.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate that.
Anything else, Councilwoman?
No, that's all.
Councilman Estes?
Yes, Jonathan, phase 6 of the Greenway.
Robert, you submitted new plans to them?
Yep.
We're getting close to needing some help from our elected higher up officials.
I think that they'll come back this time and probably proceed on right away. I think we're a little bit anyway.
Okay. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Where's phase 6, Bill?
It's from Willis Street to the liquor store.
There we go, okay. Yeah, that
Where
needs to
everybody's
happen.
trailhead should be, right?
Sure.
Rotary Gate.
You're
6
funny.
o'clock is the futsal plan. If you guys have not been to Blythe, come tonight at 6. It's amazing. And then, Mark, did you get a number? Did you get a number? Cleveland is at what percentile of all our COLs?
You are between the 25th and 30th percentile of the market.
So we'll say 27.5. Okay,
Yeah, that is a good estimate. Yep.
thanks. That's all.
Councilman Castor?
Vice Mayor, I have nothing at this time, thank you.
Councilman May?
I have nothing.
Councilman Goff?
Nothing.
Thank you. Number 10 on the agenda is new business and ordinances. Item A, Resolution 2025-78, concerning a request by Embark Developments for consideration of a plan of service for about 22.84 acres, more or less, for property located at Barnell Road, includes tax map 057, parcel 027.00. Planning Commission approved 9-0. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Who was the motion? Marcia. We have a motion by Councilwoman McKenzie, seconded by Councilman May.
Yes.
Are there any questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman McKenzie,
Aye.
Councilman May,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb,
Aye.
Councilman Moore,
Aye.
Councilman Estes,
Aye.
Councilman Cassada,
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Item B is Resolution 2025.79 concerning a request by Embark Developments for consideration of a resolution to annex about 22.84 acres, more or less, for property located at Barnell Road and includes tax map 057, parcel 027.00. Planning Commission approved 9-0. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman McKenzie and a second by Councilman May. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Aye.
Councilman Moore. Councilman Estes. Councilman Cassidy.
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
It carries 7-0.
Item C is ordinance 2025-52 concerning a request by Embark Developments for consideration of an ordinance to zone about 22.84 acres, more or less, for property located at Barnell Road from FAR Unincorporated County zoning district to R2 low-density single and multifamily zoning district and includes tax map parcel 057, parcel 027.00. Planning Commission approved 9-0. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman McKenzie and a second by Councilman May. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Aye.
Councilman Moore. Councilman Estes. Councilman Cassidy.
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Item D is ordinance 2025-53 concerning a request by the City of Cleveland for consideration of an ordinance to amend the Cleveland City Municipal Code Appendix C, Section 2.8.1.b, to remove residential district from usage permitted and amend Sections 2.8.1.d, uses permitted on appeal, to include upper story residential. Planning Commission approved 9-0. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Councilman Estes. Do I have a second?
Second. Go ahead. Yeah.
Who was that, Tom?
Tom, yeah.
Okay. We have a motion by Councilman Estes, second by Councilman Casta. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Estes.
Aye.
Councilman Cassidy.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb.
Aye.
Councilman Moore.
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Item E is Resolution 2025-80, approving a fire tax policy to assist Bradley County with any potential loss in revenue relating to the newly adopted urban growth boundary map and annexations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Would you like me to give some context?
Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask for that after.
Please.
When we passed the urban growth boundary, there was a suggestion that we would form a fire tax committee with the counties and have a proposal on how to hold the county harmless between the old growth boundary and the new growth boundary. So it's still out there a little bit. So that fire tax committee has met, and it was Mayor Brooks, Vice Mayor Webb, Fire Chief Bates, and then 3 representatives from the county. And essentially what this does is if we annex anything that's between the old growth boundary and the new growth boundary, and we have not yet to this time, that we would essentially for 2 years pay their loss in their fire tax. The theory being, when we annex, they lose that essentially mid-year for budgetary considerations. And these are usually greenfield tax property out in the county. You're talking probably pretty low amounts of money because of the tax on them. They're usually agriculturally based. And so we had this meeting, Vice Mayor Webb was there, and he could speak to that. And it was unanimously approved by both parties. And certainly willing to answer.
But,
any questions.
Joe, we do have a termination time on the agreement.
It's 2 years.
Well, 2 years.
Initial year and 2
Yeah.
years.
I'll second.
All right, and I would make a comment on that also. I think, and Joe pointed it out, this only applies to the area being annexed in the difference between the new urban growth boundary and the old urban growth boundary. It doesn't apply to all annexations.
Yeah. How much area are we talking about? Do we have a number on the amount of money?
Total impact.
Well, you have to ask for annexation first.
Yeah.
Could be nothing.
Could be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you're still, our map got out there. Just depends on the parcel and the ability and time frame to be able to get sewer to there. Anything that's in there has sewer, but doesn't mean you can get it to it very quickly. I think, I think we have one parcel coming through. I think it's going to be $1,000 if it gets approved in tax liability.
It's generally unimproved land that we're talking about.
Is most of it in the green belt, farmland?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
So just whatever that amount is on the taxes, which if you're in the green belt, you're paying, the county's tax rate's only 99 cents.
Yeah.
And then for the green belt, you're paying half that?
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's significantly lower than the normal. So it's a lower rate.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Our tax is 44 cents on top of that.
That's right. That's right. So you're only talking about a 44-cent tax, and if it's in an agriculturally green field, then you're talking probably half that. So you're talking pretty small amounts.
Mr. Campbell, I'm just being really nosy. Number 5 on there, it says this will last as long as the city-county annexation agreement is in effect. What is the city-county annexation agreement?
You guys approved it when we approved the annexation. There was an agreement that went along. I'm sorry. When we approved the urban growth boundary, there was an annexation agreement attached to that.
We had to do that to get them to agree.
That has a time limit that it lasts, and
It can be nixed by either party.
I believe so.
And that's why it was put in there, because this is only last for 2 years, this agreement. Okay, I'm good. No, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we have a motion by Councilman Goff and a second by Councilman Moore. If there are no other comments, I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilman Goff,
Aye.
Councilman Moore,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb,
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie,
Aye.
Councilman Estes, Councilman Cassidy,
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
Carries 7-0.
Item F is a motion authorizing the Cleveland City Beer Board to issue a special occasion beer permit for the Witches Wine and Spirit Stroll to be held on October 26th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. located on First Street Northeast between Church and Parker Street Northeast.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman May and a second by Councilman Cassida. Are there any questions or concerns? Hearing none, then clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman May,
Aye.
Councilman Cassidy,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Webb,
Aye.
Councilman Moore,
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie,
No.
Councilman Estes,
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
No.
Carries 5-2.
Okay. Item G, as it is on the agenda, a motion approving recommendations and accepting the compensation plan from consultants. Do I have a motion? Would you like to speak to that?
Yeah, and I think the key point is here, and we had a lot of conversation, is I think we're only accepting the plan. I mean, there's still, I would let the appeals process play out. We'll bring you a thick document with all the stuff in there, lock, stock, and barrel, and then if you want to make any changes or adjustments, it's certainly within their purview to do that. And I just want to make sure, so you're not really approving it, you're accepting the plan, letting the process continue to play out and going. So I just wanted to put context of what we're asking.
So there's no way to table it and wait until they get their numbers?
It's up to what you guys want to do.
I don't think.
Is that delaying the inevitable?
I think we were encouraged both by the consultant and Mr. Kimball not to send them their individual numbers without a plan approved. That opens us up to
Plan acceptance.
a plan, okay, accepting the plan as a body. That opens us up to
Liabilities?
liabilities, yeah.
It's not like the budget could move.
Well, we can't.
Well, it could.
Can I ask, can we just discuss it without a motion?
Sure.
Do you mind? I'm embarrassed I don't know this. How often do we give longevity? How many years? How does that work, longevity payments?
Every November, we send in longevity checks.
Every year.
But you have to be here, so,
5
You
years.
have to be
Right,
here
5
at
years,
least
yeah.
5 years before you get your first longevity check.
yeah, and then it's annual.
It's annual, okay. Thanks. Can I ask Mark a question?
Sure.
Mark, you don't even have to come up here. We're going to ballpark this. Quartile 1, 25th percentile. $550,000 to get us to the midpoint or the 50th percentile. I can estimate $550,000 to get us to the 75th percentile. But once you get on the higher end of a normal curve, those are bigger steps, are they not? You can't really estimate those, can you? Or do you just use,
I would say it would likely increase in cost, because then every single outlier, if there's one,
yeah.
outlier up there, it rockets the cost.
But it's safe to assume another $550,000 to the 75th percentile, because that mirrors what you just gave us.
I think that's fair enough.
Okay.
I would
Hey, yeah,
not
we're ballparking.
understand exactly
Hey,
by it, but
okay.
yes, I think that is a fair
Okay.
assumption.
Can you example the outlier situation? Can you example that?
Well, so for example, if you're looking at getting, let's just take it, you're gonna look to be at the 100th percentile, that means you're in front of everybody.
Right.
So that means if one peer is paying 25% more than everyone else, for whatever reason, you have to give that 25% additional adjustment. Again, if any percentile lower than that, you're a
Okay,
little
okay.
safer, because if you're at the 90th, you probably have 1 or 2 peers, and 75th, you probably got 3 or 4, so it's just any individual organization. Again, police and fire, we know, is a big adjustment from Chattanooga. That would drastically change the cost depending on what percentile you go to.
Thank you.
And I'm only asking that just so I have an idea of cost. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sophisticated. We can give you the cost for anything. We just need some time to work it up, and doing that,
Yeah, just ballpark and help.
yeah, it's still, I think all that's on the table.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Yes, there was a concern mentioned in at the 1 o'clock meeting about compression. They were concerned about compression, I think. If we approve this today, does this program, can it address that and straighten that out? If that happens?
So the current recommendation is, again, based on a class parity approach. If we move forward with this today and we found that we wanted to do a different adjustment for any positions or ranks, et cetera, we can assist with that. We can help you give a different adjustment if we found we were comfortable with something different for a group, but that would be per the city, per council, for you all to direct, that we previously moved forward and looked at class parity, how we want to go a different direction. So we could address that, we can give you those numbers, but it would be up to you all to come back and say, we previously said this and now we want to change it, go without it.
But this does address, as far as you know, the compression within those positions.
It slots the ranks to what we would say is an appropriate rank versus the market. Again, it does look at compression between the ranks from the grades. It does apply the class parity approach to every single person. So it would apply that and address some compression. But just like the examples that I gave before, if somebody is above, their compression is not going to remove anything. So there could still be compression in that instance. There's some exceptions like that. But yes, it would address compression both by rank and by range. But again, according to that class parity metric and based on the market slot of the grades.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're all talking about the same thing. So what you're accepting does attempt to, and it moves forward on trying to address the compression. If you get into it and there are further concerns, those will be brought to our attention and probably your attention, and we will go back and we'll go and say, hey, we have this compression, we still have this issue. They'll look at it and see, is it really a compression issue or something else? If it is a compression issue, then we'll work on a solution to address it. Is that fair?
Very fair. And we could give individual costs too, again, to that example. If we came back and we said, yes, there were, make up whatever number you want, 10 issues and it costs $10,000, you just easy numbers, we could come back and give those numbers. And then again, that would be for the city to figure out a way to fund that if you wanted to or not. But we could break it down in that metric for you.
Thank you.
So theoretically, the compression could be all solved, but if there is an issue, we will continue to look at it and fix it.
Okay.
Councilman Cast?
Yeah, let me just clarify. We got a balanced budget, and this is in that budget, correct? This amount is in that budget.
Yes.
So we're not going side, okay. That's all I just want the public to understand. Thank you.
So if they do uphill a pay, can they uphill it to us as well?
Well, the first process will be everything goes to Evergreen Solutions to look at that. And they will give their opinion on that. And then I think we just see where we're at. I've found them to be very responsive and very articulate in responding to things like that. And I wouldn't want to have two things at that. We're hiring them to do this, and I would let them do that. And if there's issues that we find after the appeal process and there's issues, an employee comes to us and says, hey, I think there's something wrong here. We would go and we'd collect the information. We would get Evergreen Solutions on the phone, and we would all work together to figure out what's going on here. Is there an issue? And if there is an issue, then how do you address it?
Okay.
You're talking about the period that the employee has to make a case for a change would be to the end of the month. Is that what Mark said?
That's what we have in our current
So-
timeline. But of course, that can be adjusted per your instruction, but we've got until September 30th in our current projection.
Okay, so then the first meeting in October would be the meeting that we would talk about it. If you're waiting till the end of the month to let the employee, am I correct or not?
I don't know if you get the data together,
I imagine they'll do it pretty quick.
but that data is going to be really.
I'm not, what's the question?
Well, they have till the end of the month, to go back and agree, disagree, or make a
No,
case
no.
for a change.
End of the month for the employee to submit something to.
Yeah, for a change.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, are we gonna talk about the first meeting in October?
We don't have a first meeting in October.
Well, second meeting in October though.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see all those adjustments and all that, you're more than welcome to see that.
50,000.
Well, I think that's what we're talking about.
No, I don't want to do that because I don't think it's our place to get into each employee.
Into the employee basis?
And there's already budgeted 50,000 for appeals.
I'm not wanting to get into the individual employee. I'm wanting to get into a level that's wrong, that we may look to change. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I can address that. So individual employee stuff will go. If through that process, we find that there is a structural issue with the grades, I think of what you're talking about,
Right.
we will bring that back to you for your consideration.
When will that be?
It would be the last meeting in October.
Last meeting in October. Can we have Mark back at that meeting?
Let's see where we're at if there is anything. I mean, if it's a.
There will be
massive-
something.
If it's a massive rewrite.
There's gonna be some.
Yeah, you can rely on
If
that.
it's a massive rewrite, then probably yes. If it's.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I mean, we can have him phone in and he can talk to you on the TV.
All right, if Florida loses that week, he comes.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he'll be.
He'll be here. They're in the SEC, he'll be here.
Any other comments from the council?
So, yes, but I'm, first of all, and then I'm gonna make a motion. I'd like to comment there in a second. I move that we approve
Bill,
recommend.
before you make your motion, could I suggest something? State your motion because there's some confusion about whether accepting or approving.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Which would you rather me use?
That's up to you.
I move that the city council of the city of Cleveland accept the recommendations of the compensation plan from Evergreen Solutions LLC and move forward with them.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Joe, I want to hear what you want to say, but I appreciate you getting starting salaries of police at 51.5 and above 50. That's just an optic. I know you do the 50%, you do the comparisons, but there's a huge optic at 50. Particularly when the school districts, our local school districts, if they're not part of your analysis. I mean, I appreciate that.
And as you said, I expect that number to go up. I mean, with everything that's going on, I appreciate that. We didn't do anything, that's just what the market said it was. But as all these other communities, we will probably bring back and keep a close eye on it and make some traction.
For the record, Christy, and to my colleagues, I fully expect this to be improved in fiscal year 27 by hook or crook.
I agree with you. The starting pay looks good, but let's not forget our 10-plus
Yeah,
year veterans that work. Show me the money.
Well, I look forward to seeing both the study and the benefit study. I look, and to really get into the weeds. And to my colleagues, Joe walked me through the weeds in 21. I mean, I really appreciated him doing that, and we went, and it was very helpful. So I look forward to doing that again.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah.
Joe?
Do you want to add for your consideration on your motion, to start the implementation of the longevity as well?
Ooh, I didn't include that. I do. It doesn't make.
Well, it'll have to be.
It should be. It should be. It increases. The longevity estimate is doubling, correct? It's doubling what we pay
That's
normally.
75 to 150.
Yeah.
So I would, whoever seconded, I would like to add that to my amendment.
Councilor Goss?
Yeah.
Joe, I'm trying to get, I guess, a timetable that when will the employee be able to get
Wednesday.
a check
Oh.
with all of the improvements on it? It goes back to, what, June, July 1?
If we go forward today, we will go through the process and employees will be able to appeal. Then there's probably a couple week time frame that they will adjudicate those. Then we'll have final numbers, and then at that same time, our HR team will be calculating all of the lump sum payments that are for the retroactivity. So on the pay on October 31st, you will get your new pay plus your lump sum payment. You haven't lost any because it's all retroactive
Right.
to that time.
I want that, I guess, in the minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's in the minutes.
So if it goes, that pay would be on October, last pay, which includes the 28-day pay. You know, we could do it a little earlier, but we wanted to have one date that included all the firefighter pay.
Right.
That everyone will leave lump sum checks on that day. And then in November, usually the first 2 weeks, you would also get your new longevity check as well. I believe that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, Joe?
In your memo, there's a couple other recommendations that it talks about, the issue that David May talked about.
Where?
Yeah.
Pages 80 through 82.
Right.
That basically has
It is.
2 other recommendations for those employees that were topped out on June 30th, that we go back and make sure that if their new pay, we have 20 to 25 employees who are topped out. This study fixes a lot of that. So if this would have been completed in June, they would have gotten their 3.5.
Right.
Because they would have had more maximum.
Yeah.
This goes back to get them. So that should also be part of the motion. And then I think we've talked about the appeals process. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah. I want to be on the same page.
Councilwoman McKenzie?
What page you on?
Yes, Mayor,
What page is that?
I'd just like to
Number 1
say
page.
thank you to Mr. Fivas and the staff, because they have kept this in the budget and so that we would not fall behind. They prepared for this for today, and I just want to say thank you, because now we're at least catching up. We're not behind anymore because of y'all's diligence in keeping your eye on this, and I appreciate it.
Sean deserves a lot of that credit.
Sean.
Mayor, the first recommendation of being retroactive to July 1 was assumed in my motion. The second,
Sure.
being topped out at July 1, make sure they get the grade maximum of 3.5. I'd like to add that to my motion.
Councilman Goff?
It's approved.
Christie, do you have all that?
I sure do.
Okay. Are there any other questions or concerns or comments? If not, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Estes.
Aye.
Councilman Goff.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Weld.
Aye.
Councilman Moore.
Aye.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Aye.
Councilman Cassidy.
Aye.
Councilman May.
Aye.
That carries 7-0.
Last on the agenda are announcements. The next city council meeting will be held on Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Does anyone else have any business come before the council today?
Yeah. Did you want to identify that? I don't think the people in the public have seen that.
Will it let you?
To Dr. Estes' question, that of the money that were allocated, 83% of the total money goes to public safety.
Anything else?